my appreciation for what the union has done for us over the last couple of years is just way beyond, because I'm one of those that he was talking about this morning. I actually belong to the ASCH, American Society of Clinical Hypnotists, and I was also a presenter for them, and then they sent me a letter. Wouldn't even call me, just sent me a letter and say, we hear that you teach for the National Guild of Hypnotists. If you teach for the National Guild of Hypnotists, you cannot teach for us. Oh, and as a matter of fact, as long as you belong to the National Guild of Hypnotists, you cannot belong to our society. I threw it in the trash. I did not. I wrote back a thing. I said, then I guess I don't teach for you. And that was all I said. I still remember, because they have one meeting a year that's academic, that people come that do research, and that's where I get a lot of information to share with you and in my articles. So they do have a purpose, but now the union has set them straight, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. So if you don't belong to the union, that's one reason, if no others, to do that. I know that you're in here because you want to make more money, and that's what this is all about. But to do that, we're going to give you a different road to take. Now, from 1973 until 2003, I put people to sleep for a living. I did anesthesia. I'm a nurse anesthetist. Matter of fact, I was the first male nurse anesthetist in the state of Tennessee. And in 1973, being a male nurse wasn't a big thing. However, if you fall asleep while I'm talking, I feel very comfortable with that. So therefore, that's okay. But if you wake up, I expect to get paid, all right? I know that most of you, when we're talking about contracts, especially government contracts, probably know about this much. You're a blank page, and that's why you're here. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm pretty well wish I had it all in, but I'm also going to be like a lot like you're going to be when you leave, which is I'm going to give you a real good outline to work with what we're going to be working with here. Now, this is my most favorite tool, because when I go to the Optimus Club, when I go to the Kiwanis Club, when I go to the schools, I take this to say, I know that you know about this much about hypnosis. Unless you're one of those Baptists out there, and then I know what you already think, and you're ready to leave, right? So those I always take, because that gets me over. You should have this handout. If you don't have this handout, you need to get one. They're at the back of the room. Paul will give you one. And on the first page of this handout is nothing more but some of the things that we use, that we teach for our government contracts and our corporate contracts. So you're going to get both information in this one, because we do a lot of that. Then the next page is next 2 or 3 pages is your outline. But let's get to the most important part. The most important part is the back page. You take this to my table, and you'll know it's my table because it says right over it, Ron Eslinger. I don't know how to make it more identifiable. But if you do that, then Lena or Steve, my assistant, my boss, will give you a CD called Stress Kills, Take 5, and Survive. The first part of that, there's actually 6 tracks. The first track is how to take a pain-relieving, stress-relieving breath. The other 5 tracks are about 5 to 6 minutes each, are great for handing out, giving out, because then you can just do a 5-minute. People don't always want to listen to a 20 or 30-minute CD. They'll listen to 5, so we put 5 tracks on there. However, if you take this to her, you have to pay for the CD. Your payment is your name, first and last, and your email address to get that CD. They're also for sale, so if you don't want to do that, she'll sell them to you for about $50 each. They're only 20.